Hello, smart viewers. Welcome to Face with me, William Rinaldi. And as usual, we're gonna discuss about variously interesting topics in each episode. And for this episode of Face to Face, I'm gonna discuss about an example of a great civilization. A culture, like with richness in its culture, and it involves, like a variety of topics, and part of being in human culture in music and movies is about China. So I'm gonna invite later on the next segment an example of embodiment of the culture, but for this segment I'm gonna discuss about several of examples of most influential people in China, because Indonesia is rich with culture, but it mostly encompasses of Chinese culture, also, and like they are part of Indonesia, even though they call it minority, but they are part of also in Jakarta. So these are the most influential people in China. First one is Yuan Longping. So the rice guy, he developed the first hybrid rice in the 70s, which is now grown in countries like China, India, and even America, marking the first time a patented idea from China was imported to the West. Because of this guy, his hybrid rice production has increased steadily and prevented famine all over the world. So it's a great effort, And the second one is Sun Chung-shan. So this is the Chinese name for Sun Yat-sen, the guy that was the founder and the first president of the Republic of China. So he had a very turbulent career, but today is referred both in Taiwan and mainland China. Something they both agree on for once. And the third one is Lu Xun. So he's a famous writer. He lived from 1881 to 1936 and is considered the father of modern Chinese literature. So even Mao Zedong was even a fan. So he wrote in classical style, but also in common everyday language, and took up causes that people care about, which made loved by the average Joe or Joe, as the case may be. And even today, most of people are inspired by his writings. They said that his writings influence their lives. So, and the fourth one is Yang Liwei. So he is the first Chinese citizen to go to space, while he didn't really do anything beyond being a good astronaut. Yang Liwei is a national hero, like Armstrong, like Neil Armstrong. So, and this fifth one, he's popular. Everyone knows about him. He's Bruce Lee. He's a total badass. If you don't know who he is, you might have to move out of your cave. He's very popular in movies, especially coming to Hollywood also. And the sixth one is Qin Shi Huang. So he's the first emperor. This is the first emperor who united China and forced a common language, currency, and road system, creating what is now China. And he's also a little crazy. And the last one is Yao Ming, yet another famous Chinese person. While not one of the most famous NBA players in the West, but he is hugely influential in China and is partly responsible for the huge popularity of the NBA in China. So those are the example of most influential people in China. And for the next segment, I'm going to invite a guest, two guests. They are the current Koko Cici, who is the embodiment, the representation of Chinese culture here in Jakarta. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome to Face to Face. Welcome back again. And as I promised, on the previous segment, I'm gonna invite my guest for today's episode, who is the representative of Koko Cici Jakarta. Yeah. So hello to Nico and Catherine. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. And maybe you can share with our smart viewers what you've been doing recently related to the pageant that you're competing.
All right. Hello, smart viewers. My name is Cici Catherine Sasmita, and I am Cici Jakarta 2018. Maybe you can introduce yourself, Ko?
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Koko Nicholas and I'm doing my internship program right now and I'm Koko Jakarta Wakil 1 2019.
Maybe you can also share about, like for the activities recently that you're doing, maybe you're like creating campaign or some sort.
Yes, certainly. So right now we're actually busy preparing events, especially something near. It's called Tuanwu.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's actually the Dragon Boat Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually have a celebration going on tomorrow. So we have been busy recently for the preparations and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
And actually the Tuanwu Festival is also been keen on with Bakchang Festival.
Yeah,
so it's not just with the Dragon Boat, but we also doing a preparation and share about what is Bakchang, the philosophy and the story behind it.
Yeah, everyone surely loves bakchang.
Yes,
yeah?
everyone loves bakchang.
Including me.
Yes, of course. And we are aware that most people right now are only aware of the bakchang itself, but they don't know the history behind it. That's right.
It's your duty to inform.
That's right,
especially for Jakartans. Yeah. And maybe you can also share about, how you got information about, Koko Cici Jakarta this year and how you are interested in joining actually in the competition.
For me personally, I have seen a lot of events that Koko Cici Jakarta had arranged previously, especially for events like the Mooncake Festival and also for the Chinese New Year. That is why I've been interested in joining myself. I want to participate, I want to try to be a part of something that could make a great impact, especially for people in Jakarta.
For me personally, I've been following Koko Cici Jakarta since 2016, where my friends also being part of Koko Cici and also participate in most of the events, and we can also see that Koko Cici is not always just about beauty, and it's not just about the people itself, but we kind of have many things to be represent. Like there's a festival that we can call recently is Bakchang, and there's a Chinese festival, Chinese New Year festival, and there's also a Mooncake festival. Then that's why the reason I been interested in myself to join Koko Cici, as I'm not really know the meaning itself from each festival. So I would like to know more about my own traditional and culture.
Yeah, and to know more about your culture, about the Chinese culture, because they are possibly a civilization, is one of the great, rich civilization. And we can also share what do you think about the pageant itself, Koko Cici Jakarta, the message, to try to inform and educate the society about Chinese culture, as it is a big part also in Indonesia, Indonesian culture.
That's right. So as Koko Cici Jakarta, we are not only the ambassadors of tourism, but also of culture and also social. So we always participate in social events. And then again, during the quarantine, as we were being shaped as a part of Koko Cici Jakarta, we got to learn a lot about ourselves. Of course, before we share informations to other people, then we should still educate ourselves first, and also to build such personality that can make us face any challenges that comes forth.
Maybe Nico, you can also share about the activities that you've been through in related to being selected as Koko Cici Jakarta. What are maybe the most interesting moments that you can share?
Well, actually, there's a lot of things that interesting, and then I really like joining and being part of Koko Cici. But if you tell which part is it? Maybe I tell Cici Catherine in quarantine. we're not just like being put 32 of us in together for 17 days, but we also been shaped, we told, and we've been told about how to be a nice ambassador, how do we act, how do we know about our own culture. And there's also been a lot of session about the education itself and about how can we represent the Koko Cici soon after we elect as one of the Koko Cici Jakarta.
We can share about your personal moment, you know, like
Yes.
something that's, you know, like quite intriguing, you know, for you.
Of course, for 2 weeks, being apart from everything else, just focusing on the goals of being a Koko and Chichi, it's quite difficult actually. It brought a lot of pressure to us, yes. But then again, the whole process, the whole journey itself is wonderful because we get to know one another. 32 people who have not met each other yet, being joined in one place, spending like 20 hours every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
so like we got to learn a lot about other people and ourselves. We got to create a bond like no other. So that itself, I believe that's irreplaceable.
What do you think, like, for Koko Cici Jakarta, what separates itself from any other pageant?
Okay, so the difference between Koko Cici and the other pageants is, of course, we represent Tionghoa, our Chinese culture, and we're not just counting about the beauty, brain, and behavior, but we're also looking for a talent. That's what makes Koko Cici different from the other talents.
And we don't only show ourselves to the public, but we also create events that invites people to come to us, you know, so we can share with them what we know, what our passion is, and what we want them to also understand.
Oh yeah, maybe you can share also like how much involvement you both are in, you know, like try to organize a specific event. I know that, you know, there are planned events, but are you guys like involved in creating ones or giving ideas?
Yeah. So not only the two of us are involved, you know, actually all the 32 finalists are always being invited to help us create. We all work hand in hand to create all these events that would interest people to come. So it is not people who invite us to join an event, but we are the ones who create the event. From start to finish, everything, it's from our team, our
from
family.
Our team. It's not about one person, about the Koko Jakarta itself or the Cici Jakarta itself, but we all do it together, 32 of us.
Oh yeah, so they are your friends and they are also involved in the activities in the upcoming year also.
Yes.
So the discussion with Chicha is getting interesting, but we're gonna have to take a little break. So stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Still welcome back to Face with me, William, and we're currently discussing about Koko Cici Jakarta this year, and we have our guest for today, who is Koko Cici Jakarta, and we're gonna play a little game here to hit things up, so just to try to make fun a little bit, So. The idea of the game is just to guess the name of what's upcoming next, the name, and maybe you can show the first object or the first item. Maybe you can guess what this is.
What do you think?
To Chinese
well,
culture.
There's a lot of things that you can say from this picture. First, we can tell that it's a festival that called Cap Gome to represent, celebrate 15 days after Chinese New Year.
Oh, well, let's see if it's the correct answer. It is, yes, it is right. Yay!
Amazing.
Okay, let's give out another challenge. Okay, the next slide. Maybe you can tell what this is. related to Chinese culture. What is this?
Do you think?
What do you think?
Well, I'm already guessed, so it's your turn.
Well,
We can both just participate, give out any
Yes.
answer.
it has something to do with prayer, of course.
Yes, of course.
And maybe it's to respect the past
The
family members.
ancestors,
So
yeah.
I would say it is probably Chengbeng.
Chengbeng, is it correct? Yay, it's correct! Yay. So you got 2 correct answers. Next one. The next one. What is this? Ooh,
Well, it's a
Of
dish, of course.
it's so delicious.
I think you should know
Everyone
as
loves
well.
it.
then.
Yeah, I know as well. Yeah.
That
It's
is either you call it yamcha or dim sum.
Yes, dim sum.
Yes.
Is it correct? Yay! It's correct. I mean, everyone knows
Yeah,
about
Of
dim
course.
sum.
Everyone loves dim sum.
Yeah. Okay. The next one. what
Like
is
we
this?
said before, it's the Dragon Boat
Dragon.
Festival.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's what you anticipate
Yes.
tomorrow.
That's right.
Is it correct? Because it's obviously it's the shape of the dragon.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's right.
Dragon boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's correct.
You were very sure about
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
right.
Dragon boat festival. Okay. The next one. The next one.
Oh,
Oh, another
favorite.
food. Another food. Yeah.
your favorite.
There's a lot of treatment going on. Yeah, you can treat anything with this kind of food. Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. We usually eat this during the Chinese New Year
Chinese
festival.
New Year,
Kue keranjang.
Yeah, you can.
it's
Is it
definitely
definitely
iconic for
the
Chinese New Year.
Yes.
Chinese. Is it correct? Is it? Yeah, it's the proper
Well,
Yeah, it's the
Chinese.
product.
Yeah. So still, yeah. You can fry it. You can steam it. It's
Yes.
whatever you
That's
like.
It's still
right.
delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one. Ooh, the egg yolk.
This is also one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
mooncakes.
Okay. Yeah, is it correct? Oh yeah,
Alright.
everything related to the food is correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, mooncake festival. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the next one looks like what's that? What is it?
Would you like to answer,
Another
Ko?
food,
I'm kind of about.
like a
I love this one.
I know, I love this one too, but I'm not sure about the name.
Peking duck.
It's a duck. Okay.
Is it correct? Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
This is what more know
We
more
love
about
Of
food than
course.
me.
That's why
Okay.
it's correct. Yeah. Okay. Is it? Oh, this is the last
Oh.
one. Yeah. Ooh. I like to be one of that. Flying.
Mooncake festival.
Is that-
Yes.
Yes, it's a mooncake festival.
Is it Mooncake Festival? Is it correct? Mooncake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chichi
Yes.
Festival. Oh. So you got all correct. Wow! Yeah. So a challenge to do you know about the Chinese culture? So it basically proved that you're quite enriched about the basic
Yes.
culture of Chinese culture, and continuing our discussion about your participation as being selected as this year's Koko Cici Jakarta. What are the things that you remember the most about like the event, the process, like how you got selected until you got selected?
I think what we would all agree is that we totally remember how nervous we were, how anxious we were, but we were also very excited, right, Ko?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because we learned a lot of things already. We met a lot of different people,
And we make bonds.
that's right. So we were just really excited that we got through, that everyone got through, and now we're just focusing on carrying out our duties and responsibilities for 1 year ahead.
Oh, so previously you as students here in Jakarta?
Yes,
as
that's right.
students.
Oh yeah. So like, what are your ideas? Maybe you can give us a teaser. Like what are the ideas? What are the upcoming events that you are organizing?
Okay, so for
Tomorrow,
we
Yeah,
are
yeah, as you
focusing
mentioned,
on the
on
social
Yes.
aspects.
thanks.
Yes, we want people to know that the bakchang is food not only for the Chinese, but for everyone. It can be consumed by everyone, and it's certainly a part of the Indonesian culture. And also for the next events,
A Mooncake Festival.
yes,
Yeah.
we are certainly planning something big.
Yeah.
And of course, the focus is still on spreading the knowledge about what's behind the culture.
Yeah. What's behind the food?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Because everyone knows the food, but they might not know the story behind it.
Sorry. Like, you know, like the main focus of this year, is there a main focus? Like, you know, maybe you mentioned before, it's about like social, kind of like informing about the social, or is there any specific goals that you like to achieve on, you know, this year's Koko Cici Jakarta?
Well, actually, it's not all about social, but every aspect and every kind of event that we held is also, of course, focusing on social, but there's also something behind it, another value that we want to others to share and to know about what the culture or the event that we already held.
Yes, and I believe what Koko Nico also meant is that we want to bring something fresh, something new, so that not only the elderlies can enjoy the celebrations, but also people of our generation.
Yeah, because like, millennials, what's so
Yes.
called millennials,
That's right.
like, would like to get in touch, you know, like more on the like social media or something.
Yes.
They're like interested in more of a, you know, like visual base,
Yes.
maybe.
That's right.
That's
That's right. And that is why we also have an Instagram page in which we share our informations, and also with some graphics, with some images we would like to share with them. Some, you know, fun facts about the Chinese culture.
And also about our upcoming next event, or about our duty or our job, about what we are doing right now. We all share it on Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel for
YouTube channel,
like this
yeah.
Kochi Talks.
It's quite popular nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah, vlogging, maybe
We
you
also
can
have
do a
a
little
vlogging.
vlogging.
Yeah, we also have
That's
a
right.
vlogging.
That's right.
Yeah, like that. So, like millennials, what's so called
Yeah.
millennials, and other people can, you know, reach out more and getting to know.
Yeah, because I believe if we want to attract more people or the young generation to be getting know about the Chinese culture, we should approach them first, and we have to be put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah. And lastly, maybe you can share to our smart viewers, like maybe they want to participate in the upcoming Koko Cici Jakarta, or any kind of pageant or any kind of activities in life. Yeah, maybe you want to share, you know, like a specific personal message to them.
Well, should I start? Okay. Yeah,
Maybe
so
both. Yeah.
you know, the only thing I learned is that you have to believe in yourself. No matter what the situation, no matter what people expect from you, you just gotta be the best version of yourself, because you can't fake it. No matter how long you try, you are still you. So the only thing you can do is try to improve yourself, but not pretend to be someone you're not.
For me, it's just believe in yourself and just think that everything that going through to you, and you can get past through it if you are the one who can limit yourself, not others who can limit yourself. Personally, like me, I'm actually a bit kind of not getting into this kind of pageant things. I don't have that much courage, but I don't know. I just trust myself. I believe myself, and I just put my best. And I said to myself, if it's not my time, if it's not me, then well, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
And
go.
just one last thing, never forget where you came from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. So thank you so much, Nico and Catherine, for
Thank you so much.
sharing your passion. You know, give a motivation, inspiration to our smart viewers. So
Thank you so much for having us here as well.
Thank you so much as well.
And you know, we've come to the end of the show. So be sure to check out another episode of Face to Face at the same day and time. So until then, I'm William Grimaldi signing off. I'll see you again. Bye bye.